have just had some very exciting news. Apparently the sketch that I bought at the exhibition a couple of weeks ago is finally ready to collect. So I'm going to jump in the car and go and get it. I have it and I can't wait to get home to open it and see what it looks like. This is an exciting moment for me to finally see this properly unwrapped. And then I just need to paint the frame gold. Oh, that's lovely. It does need gold, but I love the purple with it. And here are the mounts that I chose for my parents' photos. So whilst I'm at it, I'll get those framed as well. This is so satisfying. It makes such a big difference so quickly. Yay, all done. I just need to leave this to dry now. And admittedly, I'm retrospectively wondering about the wisdom of having done it on my desk, because I've sort of snookered myself. Oh, well, I've got a good excuse not to work for the next hour. I absolutely love these photos of my parents. They were taken in their first house, which was a caravan. Do you see there? There are chess figures. My father carved those himself. On the back, they're dated 23rd of February 1966. So I'll just write that on the back of the frame. So I want to find somewhere to put the 2 photos of my parents and the sketch in my study so that I can see them all the time. And I think I'll put my parents opposite my desk so that my mother can always be watching me, making me work harder. At the moment, this is the view from my desk. It's my father's sketch of the house that I grew up in, the nursing home, and then 2 of the old prints of Lalande back in the 19th century. Right, I've rejiggled things around a bit, though this room needs complete redecoration. There's the Cabas sketch. I think it looks pretty now, and it's near me so I can see it. And then instead of putting them where I thought, I have put my parents here, right next to the desk. And that way I will be inspired to keep on working because they're watching me. That should spur me on. And then I've left the sketches of Lalande where they were. And as I was on a bit of a roll, I've put all of the architectural drawings of the changes at Lalande in the 19th century here. I really like them there. But as I say, this room needs complete redecoration. I like our new work setup, David.
I like it too.
It's really civilised. David's made us some iced tea, which is rather marvellous.
It's got lots of lemons and limes.
Oh, how delicious. Also, David has made some candied grapefruit peel, which is very pleasing. And I'm doing research. This is what my research looks like. It's good to keep up with what's going on in style, and I'm reading C.J. Sansom because I'm working on the decoration of a Renaissance era of the house. So I'm getting myself into the mood with a good novel set in the Tudor times, and with this amazing view. Ian is back and already holding a gin and tonic.
And a door open for the princess.
So this is exciting because Ian's been away for a lot of the summer and now he's back with a vengeance, working in Michael's apartment again. So I'm going to go and see what progress there's been. Oh, I see a shower cubicle.
Oh, yes.
Excellent.
I should provide you.
There's been a lot of tiling. I can see it from here.
And a rather splendid extractor.
Oh, I walked past the extractor. It is quite beautiful.
Isn't it?
Michael's going to have a tremendously trendy apartment. Oh, I love these tiles. And the bath. It looks really good in there. Oh, he's going to be so happy.
It's looking really good, isn't it?
I'm looking forward to seeing the floor in as well. That'll be nice. I love how lustrous the tiles are.
Well, they'll need a good polish, so it'll be a better lustre then.
Off to dinner then.
Cleaner and tidier in here as well.
I believe David has made some deliciousnesses.
He invited me to dinner, that was nice, wasn't it?
Let's see how David's getting on with the cooking. Hello! A new person!
Yeah.
I'm coming in. Oh, workaway has arrived. Exciting.
Ready? Oh.
I can't believe it's September, it's boiling hot. Okay, Roger's back. It's getting a bit weird now. I wasn't expecting to see him twice so soon. Hey, Roger? Let's go see if he likes the Grand Salon. He certainly likes my shoulder. Roger's tour of the Chateau de Lalande. Do you want to see the lovely cushion that Brenda made? There it is. Come on, Roger. Let's take you outside. I don't understand what it is about my shoulder. I mean, I barely ever see a praying mantis, and this is the second one sticking to me this year. Oh, and our guests have arrived. Roger, the guests. They're not going to cook for themselves. He does look a little alarmed that we're not going to get there on time.
Look at him, he loves you.
What is that? How weird is that?
He loves you. Do you think that's Henri in the...
Maybe it's his new spirit animal. Come on, we've got to go because our guests have just arrived. Come on, Roger.
Come on.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Goodbye, bedroom. I'm off to Paris to meet Mummy, to have a little bit of fun. Here we go. I'm so excited because although I live in France, I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to go to Paris all summer. So Mummy and I are going to be able to go and see beautiful things and look in my favourite shops. Bye bye Lalande for now. I'll be back the day after tomorrow. Ah, Paris. Even from the metro train, the views are beautiful. It always amazes me that the longer my mother and I are apart, the more we love each other. She's really fond of me today, so I'm making the most of it. I've brought Mummy to Le Dôme for dinner. It was one of the centres of artistic and literary Paris in the early 20th century. Of this restaurant, Hemingway wrote, "The Dôme was crowded. There were models and there were painters who'd worked until the light was gone, and there were writers who'd finished a day's work for better or for worse, and there were drinkers and characters, some of whom I knew and some that were only decoration." The list of people who used to hang out here is just amazing. Gauguin, Hemingway, Kandinsky, Miller, Anaïs Nin, Pablo Picasso, Modigliani. The list just goes on and on. Oh, to go back in time and be here then. And now it's a great place to go in Paris for excellent seafood. Mummy and I never ever go out for meals together, mainly because she does what she's doing now, which is saying she's not hungry and it's all a waste. But I forced her out because we only have one night in Paris together. Mummy has to leave early tomorrow morning and then I will go shopping all by myself. So we're having a big celebratory meal and you'll enjoy it whether you like it or not. I promise I will. So what are you having, Mummy?
I think moule marinière. Delicious. Quite peppery.
Oh my goodness, this is my lobster on a bed of risotto with bisque. I can't remember the last time I had lobster. Well, for someone who wasn't hungry.
No, I wasn't a bit hungry. This is gorgeous.
I'm in Paris and I'm all alone now. Mummy's gone home, which is such a shame. But I'm going to go to a little museum here called the Cognacq-Jay that I've wanted to visit for a really long time. It was the personal collection of the couple who started La Samaritaine department store at the turn of the century. So let's go and see what glorious things they amassed. That bottom one is where we're off to. Quite excited to discover a new museum in Paris. The Marais is one of my favourite parts of Paris. I don't have my train till 4 o'clock this afternoon, so I've decided to spend the whole day here just looking at little boutiques, beautiful museums, find something really nice to eat. We've arrived at the museum. I love the story of the museum because this illustrious man, Ernest Cognacq, actually was entirely self-made, and it makes me feel that anything is possible. After failing in previous business ventures, Ernest had to start from scratch with a stall selling things on the Seine. His wife was a shop assistant, and together they founded a department store, La Samaritaine, in Paris, and eventually became phenomenally rich. Like many people in Belle Époque Paris, Ernest was a great lover of 18th century French decorative arts, and he made a little museum at La Samaritaine where he would show the wonderful things he'd collected. That museum is now housed here. Oh my goodness, I'm sure I've just spotted my favourite thing in this entire museum. It's the lit à la polonaise. I have a tiny one in Chambre de Roger at Lalande. I've always wanted a huge, magnificent one like this. If I ever found it, it would go to my bedroom. I just absolutely love the way that pink is creating a different quality of light in that corridor. It's a bold choice, but it's giving me so much inspiration. This beautiful room has several paintings by Boucher. Louis XV's mistress, Madame de Pompadour, loved the paintings of Boucher so much that he was known as the favourite of the favourite. His incredibly sensual paintings were considered rather shocking at the time. Even his harshest critic, the philosopher Diderot, said that his art was such an agreeable vice. If I'm honest, I get as excited about the woodwork as I do about the paintings against it. I'm going to get ideas from this panelling of how to paint the panelling in my bedroom. I know that I want gold against the pink, but it's interesting to see exactly which parts of the panelling are picked out. I'm taking lots of photos so that I can copy it when I get home. Crazy though it sounds, often it's not the masterpieces that I'm drawn to, but paintings that show a little bit of mess in the rooms of the day. I'm fascinated. What's in the box? Where are the ribbons from? How many are there? Look, there's a dress draped over a chair. I like imagining how rooms would actually have looked in the day, rather than like the museums that we see today. I really enjoyed that. It was so nice to be in the middle of the bustle of a city and find myself in complete calm. There was almost no one there. The rooms were dark and peaceful and lovely, filled with beautiful objects. There's some lovely things to be seen. But now I'm a bit peckish and I'm going to go and find something to eat. Where to go? I'm spoilt for choice. I think my mother would be quite disapproving to see me sitting down and having a 3-course meal with wine all by myself. I'm having a delicious terrine, a lovely chardonnay, but I'm having great fun. I'm sitting reading the letters of one of the previous owners of Lalande. I actually find it quite luxurious eating alone. Ultimately, I was defeated by the thought of dessert, so I decided instead it was wiser to walk away and go and buy some macaroons to have later on in the train on the way home. But first, whilst I'm in this area, I absolutely have to pop into my favourite candle shop. I can't wait to show it to you. Cire Trudon were founded in 1643 and became the official suppliers of candles to the court of Versailles. Today they specialise in making the most evocatively scented candles. Their scents don't so much evoke specific flowers as times and events in history and places. It's fascinating. I could smell them all day long. It's amazing. Carmelite smells like the damp, mossy walls of a convent. Empire smells like a Napoleonic army camp. You can smell burning bushes and a background of wild juniper, sage and hay. Spiritus Sancti is the one that I always keep in our chapel, and I love to use it at Christmas because it smells exactly like the inside of a Catholic church. But this is the candle that I've come to buy today, Solis Rex. It's supposed to smell like the highly polished wooden floors at Versailles. Oops! Now to choose my dessert macaron. I have to think very carefully because I'm only allowing myself one. So which will it be? I forgot to take a video at this point, but here's my look of crazed excitement over my rose and ginger macaroon. My time in Paris has flown by so fast that there's only time to pop into Marais Frères and then I need to rush back for my train. This tea shop was founded in 1854 and it is still a thing of beauty. Why doesn't my pantry look like this at Lalande? It's a tea lover's heaven, but after my little shopsident in Cire Trudon, I'm cut off from buying any more. Bye-bye, Paris. Till next time. And hello, Chateau. It's a big day today because it's the Journée du Patrimoine, when we open for anyone who wants to come and look around the chateau. But it's miserable weather, so I'm not sure anyone's going to turn up. Look, it's spectacularly miserable, truly murksome. I actually really love this weather, but I think it will keep people all tucked up in their homes. Anyway, just in case they do turn up, I better tidy the petit salon, and I've made some nice cakes I need to put out. I've laid the table for dinner because we have guests tonight, and I thought it would be nice for the people wandering around the chateau to see what the dining room looks like when it's ready for a dinner. But now for the pièce de résistance, I think I need to work on the smell of the chateau. This is the perfect opportunity for me to open my Cire Trudon goodie bag. I was a bit naughty in the shop, but I'm happy now. We can make this chateau smell like the mirrored gallery in Versailles. It's the big candle that I got. I'm worried that I get way too excited about packaging. It's just so pretty. The Solis Rex candle. Deo Regique Laborant. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce that because my Latin's not great, but it basically means that the bees are working for God and for the king. Well, they're working for me today. Thank you, bees. There's the Sun King. A reminiscence of the large wooden floors of the Hall of Mirrors at the Chateau de Versailles features vapours of Palace's famous parquet floors and dripping wax from its storied candelabras. Golly, what more could a chatelaine want? Right, this dining room will become Versailles.
Oh my goodness, I'm exhausted. I didn't think anyone would turn up, but actually I spent 4 solid hours giving tours around the chateau by myself because I was the only person here who could speak French. It went really, really well. The people were lovely. Some had been living in this area for their entire lives and had never seen inside the chateau, so it was really exciting for them. And it was nice for me to see the chateau through their eyes as well. The chateau looked and smelt beautiful because of that lovely candle. But that candle was for Lalande. And this little one is for me. It's called Trianon, and it smells of warm summer evenings lit with torches in the gardens of Marie Antoinette's Petit Trianon. And now I'm going to have a very long bath smelling this. I'm having a lot of fun today because I'm working on a project that's necessitated me rummaging through all of my lovely fabric stores, and I love any excuse to do that. It's so frustrating. I'm all fired up, ready to start. I've turned the dining room back into my sewing room and I can't find my pins. Losing stuff in this house is quite a big deal. It's so frustrating. I've looked in every room, and as always when I've lost something, I have this vague feeling that I've seen it somewhere. Okay, we have a micro triumph, which is that my dressmaker's dummy has a few pins stuck inside her. So I am going to take those and ration them. Oh dear, I haven't done very well with the rationing. I already lost one. Oh, there it is. There we have the 6 precious pins. I have no excuse not to sew up a storm. I just found one more floating in the bottom of my sewing box. It's an embarrassment of riches. I hereby declare Lalande's 7-pin project open! And that's all I can show you for now because it's a secret project.